Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hello everyone. My name is Nurul Syafiqah Husna binti Muhammad Zakila. My matric number is D2019108953. Okay, now I want to share about cryptology. What is cryptology? The term of cryptology is derived from the Greek, which is cryptos is hidden, logos is word. So, cryptology is about science of secret message and it usually used to transform information, message, data to secret key. It will be more safe since we store in secure storage and the most important thing, an authorized user can see all important data that we have. In cryptology, we have cryptography and cryptanalysis. Cryptography is process converting plain text into an intelligible text, and at the same time, this method is to store and transmit data to particular form. Then, cryptanalysis is process the inverse of cryptography, but this process is reading of encrypted information without authorized know the key you use in encryption. Cryptanalysis also known as cracking the code.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Natasha binti Abdul Muttalib. My matric number is D2019108952. First, cash withdrawal from ATMs. You know that the banks are doing something to ensure that the cash withdrawal from your ATMs remains safe procedure. The bank used HSM or Hardware Security Module encryption method in order to protect your PIN and other banking information whilst the transaction is in transit in the network. HSM inscriptions come in many different types, but in essence, its function is to encrypt the 4 to 6 digit PIN of every person that use the ATM. Then, the PIN is decrypted at the HSM site in order to execute and validate the transaction or money withdrawal. Second, HTTP, short for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP, a basic internet protocol. It is used to transfer information across World Wide Web, which is commonly referred to as the internet. And most of us don't even know why is there an HTTP in front of www part of some internet addresses. It is something that helps set the information free on the web. HTTP running on top of SSL, which is Secure Socket Layer, and active SSL certificates on a web server is especially useful on websites where visitors enter sensitive information such as credit card information, phone numbers, and others. All that data that is being transferred between a browser and a web server is encrypted for security and privacy reasons. Last but not least, encryption in WhatsApp. WhatsApp uses the Signal protocol for encryption, which use a combination asymmetric and symmetric key cryptographic algorithm. The symmetric key algorithm ensures confidentiality and integrity, whereas the asymmetric key cryptographic algorithm help in achieving the other security goals, namely authentication and non-repudiation. In symmetric key cryptography, a single key is used for encryption of the data as well as decryption. In symmetric key cryptography, there will be separate keys. The data which is encrypted using the public key of a user can only be decrypted using the private key of the user and vice versa.
Hi, my name is Nurul Izzah binti Tukiran. with metric number D2019108953. So what are we going to learn next is scissor cipher. We will know what is scissor cipher, and then we will look at an example of scissor cipher with detailed explanation of encryption and also decryption. So here a little bit history about scissor cipher. The scissor cipher is a classic example of ancient cryptography. The method is apparently named after Julius Caesar, who apparently used it to communicate with his officials. He used this technique of shifting each alphabet by 3 to write message of military significance. So it is one of the earliest and simplest method of encryption technique, which we replace each letter with a shift of a fixed number of letters. Okay, for example, a key D means shift 3 places and a key M means shift 12 places. You can shift any number from 1 until 25 because we have 26 alphabets. So note that a key A means do not shift, and a key Z can either mean shift 25 places or shift 1 place backward. Okay, we can look at the example. Encryption is a process of transforming information that usually are plain text using an algorithm known as cipher to make it unreadable to anyone except those who have the special knowledge known as the key. Okay, the cipher text can be decrypted by applying the same number of shifts in the opposite direction. This type of encryption is known as a substitution cipher. Okay, due to the substitution of one letter for another in a consistent fashion. However, we can use to crack ciphers is called frequency analysis when you do not know the encryption key. This is where we look at the frequency that each letter appears. The most common letters in the cipher text are related to the most common letters in the plain text. This is when we don't know what is the amount of shift. So what is the requirement to perform decryption? What we need are: first, reference table of alphabets and their numerical equivalent. Second, value of the shift key. Encryption of a letter by a shift can be described mathematically as ENX equal to X plus N in bracket mod 26. So this is the encryption phase with shift N. Okay, for example, we can look our encryption of the message Palestine using a shift cipher with encryption key 3 will looks like this. Okay, so the message Palestine will be SEOHVWLQ. Okay, we go to the decryption. Decryption is when the original, which is the plain text message, recovered from the cipher text if the encryption key is known. So decryption of a letter by shift N can be described mathematically as dnx equal to x minus n in bracket mod 26. Okay, we go to the example. The following cipher text was produced using a shift cipher with encryption key 9. Okay, to use this method, we need to decrypt the cipher text that we need to substitute each letter of the cipher text with a letter which is at 9 position backward from the alphabet.
Good day. My name is Hasyati binti Muhammad Yahya. My metric number is D20191089-521.
The affine cipher is a type of monoalphabetic substitution cipher where each letter in an alphabet is mapped to numeric equivalent. You do an encryption when you change a plain text to a ciphertext, and you do a decryption when you change the ciphertext to get back a plain text. But all of this process relies on working modulo M, where M is the length of the alphabet used. Before doing that thing, you must know what is the numerical equivalence of the alphabetical letter. Then you must know what is the value of A and B, which is the two integers that form the encryption key. And lastly, you must know what is the formula of encipher and decipher. Okay, how to do the encryption? First of all, let's look at the first example. Encipher Hasyati with key A equal to 5 and B equal to 8. The encipher formula is EX equal to AX plus B mod 26. So, from the question, we got that the value of A is 5 and B is 8. So, we substitute the value of A and B into the formula and we got that EX equal to 5x plus 8 mod 26, where x is the value of the numerical equivalent of each letter in a plain text. And it's easy for you to make a table to solve to get the ciphertext. So here is the table. After you solve for the encryption of each of the letter in the plain text, you got that the ciphertext is RIUYYIZW. Alright, now let's decipher the ciphertext that we got before. So the question asks us to decipher RIUYYIZW with key pair 58. So, what is the decryption formula? The decryption formula is dy equal to A inverse times y minus B mod 26. So, we need to find the A inverse. And after finding the A inverse, we know that A inverse equal to 21. So, the formula is dy equal to 21 times y minus 8 mod 26, where y is the numerical equivalence of the letter in the ciphertext. So, let's solve for dy in the table. And after that, we got back the plain text, which is Hasyati.